Hello, good afternoon. This is Michael Kinnett from iTernal Networks, here for the weekly live stream we call the iTNet Tech Update. So, just like in past weeks, we're going to be talking a little bit about some technology. We're going to pick the topic to discuss, and then at the end, we'll open it up to questions. So, this is our weekly live stream. We do this on social media every Friday at 1 o'clock. And the whole idea is to discuss topics of interest to businesses in the great state of Nevada. So this is one that many of you that are watching, probably have been impacted by this at some point in your work, right? So we're going to talk about the cloud and why our businesses moving to the cloud. So a lot of times people ask, well, what is the cloud, right? It seems like this nebulous, right? It's up there somewhere. The data is out there somewhere, right? It's in the cloud. Well, all the cloud means is it's on somebody else's servers. It's not on your servers. It's not on your devices in your office. Essentially, it's just relocating the processing and storage and all the resources needed from your facility to one that's hosted by somebody else in the cloud or in a data center. So if you've been using email, personal email, Hotmail, Gmail, Yahoo, any of those, you've been using the cloud for years, right? It's nothing new. It's just a term that's kind of become popular over the last several years. So a lot of businesses have been moving a lot of their resources to the cloud, and COVID and the pandemic and everything going on with hybrid workspace has accelerated that. So I want to talk a little bit today about why are businesses doing this? Why are they moving to the cloud more and more? And why do we anticipate even more growth and even more adoption into the cloud in the future? So got a list of things here. One, we'll just start with this one, right? One is it's a way of reducing expenses. Buying servers and software licenses and all that other stuff to install at your office can be very expensive, especially as data needs grow. If you have terabytes and terabytes of data, you can be tens of thousands of dollars upfront in hardware costs, additional costs in licensing, additional costs in labor, both for installation and configuration, as well as for ongoing management. And then you have to worry about, backing up that data, securing the data, all of that. There's lots of costs and expenses associated with having it in-house in your office. So one way of moving to the cloud is reducing some of those large cash outlays or upfront expenses and shifting to a monthly plan where you're paying as you use it instead of all upfront. This leads to another thing which can free up some of your budget, right? So if you have a large amount of your budget that's allocated to buying new server hardware and network equipment and other stuff to have these resources in-house, you can shift that elsewhere within your budget. So free up some of those resources. Another reason, and this is probably the biggest, is you can increase the agility of your business to adapt and change by using cloud services. So if you need to add storage, let's say you get a massive project and you've got lots of files and lots of documents that you're creating and uploading and receiving from clients, and you don't have the storage in your office on your local server. Well, it can be challenging, especially with supply chain issues today, of getting additional storage and getting it installed, and is it compatible, and how old is the system, and will it even work? If you're in the cloud, it's just a matter of contacting your cloud provider or maybe logging in and clicking a few buttons to spin up additional resources so you can adapt and grow as needed. Another thing is adding new users. It's very easy with most cloud providers to add additional users into those systems. Many of them can even be automated. And so having the ability to quickly adapt as you grow your business in different areas is another benefit of moving to the cloud. And then application innovation. So that's another big reason. Cloud providers, Microsoft 365, perfect example of this. So Microsoft 365 launched 10, 11 years ago or so, right? And it's become really mainstream and one of the biggest cloud providers. And they are frequently adding new features to their Microsoft 365 subscriptions. They're innovating and adding what people need based on what they're seeing and market research and other things. If you were buying, let's say you bought a Microsoft Exchange server license and you bought all the hardware and you put it in your office. In order to justify that large outlay of cash for it, you're going to use that license, that server, that everything, that same version for 4, 5, 6 years to get the benefit of that large cash outlay. And so you're going to be missing out on a lot of the innovation and new features over that 4 or 5 or 6 years because you're stuck with that version that you bought. You're not getting the latest version, the latest features, the latest, benefits, productivity improvements, etc., of all that's included in that cloud software. So that's another big reason is to move to the cloud so that you're on the latest and greatest and you're getting all the new updates and new features, which leads to the next thing, which is increased security. Because you're getting all the latest features and updates, you're also getting all the latest security features and updates. And that's another big reason to move to the cloud. Small businesses typically don't have as big of a budget for their security as these large corporations do. I can guarantee Microsoft on their email servers has much, much better security in place than a small business down the street that has an in-house Exchange server. These are just some of the many reasons of moving to the cloud. There are also some cons, and I'm not going to go into those. Anytime your business is evaluating moving to the cloud, there's a lot to consider. Cost, security, all those things that I discussed, but many other things as well. And your situation may be unique. So I would highly recommend, if you're considering migrating to the cloud, it needs to be well thought out. You need to vet the cloud providers that you're looking at to make sure they're providing the security and the services that you need for you and your unique business. And we're more than happy to consult with you and help you and build a plan for migrating to the cloud for any of your apps or services. So I also want to put out a plug. We've got a webinar coming up. We had one yesterday. We talked about why your business needs a cybersecurity risk assessment. If you missed it, it should be uploaded to our website on our webinar section. You can go there and put in your email address and get emailed a copy of that video. And next month is going to be June 16th at 1 p.m. That's the third Thursday of the month at 1 p.m. And we're going to be talking about planning for scalability. Tech more, stress less. And kind of along the lines of this topic where we talk about cloud migrations, we're going to talk about systems and processes and things that you can put in place using technology to help your business to scale better, be more efficient, and for you as managers and leaders in your business and organization to have less stress. That's our goal. So we're going to be talking about these things. I will post in the comments a registration link, and hopefully we'll see some of you on there. Thanks for taking the time to watch this live stream, or for those that are watching it after the fact, and hope to see you next Friday on our next live stream, Friday at 1 o'clock on our social media pages. Thanks. Have a wonderful weekend.